sometimes when you want to do a lot of punches, you want to make the most of your cardstock. You don't want to waste space, but you don't always know where you need to punch. So for instance, I am making a card like this. Actually, I'm making several versions of this, but they almost all involve this particular punch. So the problem is that when I stamp this greeting, I don't know how much space to leave between my punches. So invariably, I leave too much space and end up not getting as many punches out of my cardstock as I could. The best way to get the most out of your cardstock is to punch it and then find where the hole is and slide it just over that and punch again. And do that until you've used up as much of the paper as possible. So I've punched a bunch of these out, and the problem comes when I want to put this image on here. Placing it straight is a little tricky on very small pieces of cardstock. I can't really see all the edges. I can't see if it's lined up well. So what do? And this works really great. This tip I'm about to give you works really great if you are mass producing, especially. You're going to take your Stamparatus. Stamparatus, again, if you are doing a lot of precision stamping and, you know, definitely multiples, worth its weight in gold. I'm going to take, there's a foam mat in here. Actually, I don't need the foam mat because I have the cling. You want to use this foam piece when you are using clear photopolymer stamps, but you don't need it because this already has a cushion on it. So I'm going to put just this scrap piece of grid paper in here. I'm going to take my sentiment, and I don't want it too close to the hinge. That makes it a little bit difficult. I'm going to ink it up in any color I want, because ultimately for my project I'm embossing, but I don't want to stamp in embossing ink in Versamark on here because I won't be able to see it. So making sure my grid sheet is up in the corner, I close my hinge. That's where it's going to stamp. I'm going to take my punch and take just a piece of scrap paper. See, it's got some stuff on the other side. And if I want, I can just even punch it on this side. Now I have this hole, and this is what's going to represent my punch. Now on this particular card, I had the flat pieces on the top and bottom. On a few of the other cards, I had them rotated so that they were on the sides. So I just need to determine which way I want that placement. I'm going to put a little bit, whoops, no adhesive in that one. I'm going to put a little adhesive on here, and I'm going to line it up so that it is where I want in that window. All right, and I'm kind of looking at, okay, at these little bumps right here. I see the line. It's just a little tick above on both of those little notches. So this looks pretty good. So now that's secure there. I will bring in my punch that I really want to stamp on, and that fits right in that hole. Actually, I do like to sometimes use a different color than white, because white does, it is a little hard to see this white peeking through if I don't have it lined up exactly right. Let me show you. Here's one I actually was using. So you can see that it's much more clear here. Okay, let's say that's where I want it. I can put this in here and see if it's off. I can see the white peeking through. But if I settle it right in there, it's good. I'll ink this up in Versamark. after I clean it, of course, but this is for demonstration purposes. Stamp it right there, and you can't see it on here because it's a light ink on a dark paper, but it is stamped where I wanted to. And so then I just replace that blank with another punch blank, re-ink, do it again, and I can mass produce. And you can see that what I've done, actually, I've got a whole bunch of them done. Oh, my fingers are inky from working on my class of the month. And goes much faster, and you waste less cardstock. So I hope you found that tip helpful.